Okay guys, welcome back to my SEO training package and program, and we're now at lesson 7. And as usual guys, I ask you not to distribute my work in your own interests, because I've made this available for the very first time, and you've got 25 years really of knowledge here, and this is stuff that you probably haven't seen too much of over the years. And I've got a unique style of teaching. I speak raw, I speak from the heart. I don't use notes, I don't use anything. I just talk as I see fit, which at first was a bit nerve-wracking, but as I get used to it, that's the best way. And as you know, I've got hundreds of testimonials, and I put all the effort I can into helping you people learn the art, and it is an art, of search engine optimization. And I've been speaking in the previous lessons so much about the importance of search engine optimization, and I've spent a lot of time dispelling all the myths out there. It's not rocket science, okay? I've been through this loads of times with you all. What it's about, literally, is gaining traffic. And traffic leads to sales, and sales lead to money, and money makes the world go round. So the art of search engine optimization is ensuring that our own sites possibly, or if we do work for clients, it doesn't matter who we do the work for, we want sales, we want money, we want turnover, we want traffic. Now, there's a lot of common myths which I've been through in lessons 2 and 3 about generic keywords, and you've heard me arguing about them, and you've heard me saying, they're not strictly important, and I'm firmly going to stick to my roots here. What is important, guys, is traffic, but targeted traffic. We don't want hundreds of thousands of visitors and no sales, and I've seen this happen over the years. It's better to have lower amounts of traffic, but delivered with precision and skill. And that is what the art of search engine optimization is all about. Now, what we're going to talk about today is really a form of psychology, and I've touched upon this in my previous lessons. But we really now start to need to get into the minds of people, because no one in the world can control, and this is what I love about SEO, no one can actually control what we type into Google. No one can actually control that, okay? But what we type into Google, right, will define what we actually get out of Google, okay? It's that simple. Now, everybody in the world is different. So one of the skills we really need to get down to is working out what people may type into Google. And it's an art that I can help you develop through pure hard work and skill, and the results pay incredible dividends. So don't sit down all day and think, for example, that you want to get Xbox to the top of Google, okay? Because obviously with a keyword like Xbox, you are going to be up against absolute millions and millions of competitors, and that really isn't going to do anything, because what we want as users usually is information. We want something back from Google. Yeah, now we are always going to type in something specific, and what we type in is what we've got to get down to. We've got to look at this with huge amounts of effort. Now, what we talk about today is the quality score result, and I'm not sure if you people know this, but if you open a quote in Google and then type in a string or a search phrase and close the quote and click search, then that will force Google to give you the exact amount of times that particular word or phrase is used on websites throughout the world at any given time. So let's say, for example, that we typed in Ford Fiesta, which is a very popular car here in the UK, and we decided that we were actually going to click search on that. Well, look, Google is telling us there's about 12 million exact matches for Ford Fiesta. Now, that is too high to attack as professionals, okay? We don't want to be spending all our time trying to get Ford Fiesta to the top of Google. And the reason is, people, right? The reason is Ford Fiesta, and you've got to trust me on this, is not enough. People want Ford Fiesta plus something. In other words, information. They could be looking for a car, they could be looking for a part, they could be looking for reviews, they could be looking for different models, different engines, they could be looking for anything from a complete new engine to a spare tyre. They could be looking at their own locality, they could be based in Manchester, London, Birmingham, Glasgow. So what people type in here, okay, there could be a million combinations, okay? But I want to show you the result it has down here. Now, if we typed in Ford Fiesta car, okay, all I've done is added one word. And look what happens. Our quality score result or competition goes down to 384,000. Now that's getting manageable. Right, we're only up against 384,000. Now, starting off, guys, obviously that's too high again for you because you just, you're on lesson 6 or whatever at the moment, and it's going to take time. But when I did SEO Tuition, I was beating far more than this figure to the top spot. But for you, it's too high at the moment. So there's 384,000 competitors. But we look at this first, Ford Fiesta car, and we think, well, would somebody type in Ford Fiesta car? Again, I don't think so. I think us as human beings want information out of a search engine, and Ford Fiesta car is basically stating the obvious, okay? So I hope you can get what I'm actually trying to convey to you today. We usually want more information, okay? So it could be that we're looking for the latest model, 2014, okay? And hang on a minute. Wait there. We've just hit the jackpot. Okay? Ford Fiesta car 2014. That is a very neat keyword. We could be looking for the latest model, seen by the word, by the letters 2014. We've asked Google, we've told them it's a Ford Fiesta we're looking for, and we've said it's 2014. Now, just by using simplistic thought and getting into the minds of us, the poor old users who have to use these search engines, we have got just 8 competitors. When that gets added to the posts, okay, of our WordPress sites, and we've covered this in our very early lessons, okay, under recent posts. When we start adding that keyword, Ford Fiesta car 2014 here, you will see that we are going to get straight to the top of Google. It's not rocket science, it's because there's not much competition, yet we found a perfectly good keyword. And that is what search engine optimization is all about. It's not all about trying to rank Xbox or Ford Fiesta to the top of Google, because people want more than that. They want information. We want them to go on to buy. Okay? And for people to buy, they want specific information. Now, some people could be lazy, okay, and just type in Fiesta car 2013, which is quite, 2014, which is quite possible. And again, we've only got 9 results, okay, which is phenomenal, okay. So anywhere in the world, we've just got 9 competitors. So again, when this starts getting added into the recent posts of WordPress, which we've been through in the early lessons, I won't show you here again, but you know how easy it is to do to build up our keyword base and our post base. which leads in turn to massive rankings, okay? Now, sometimes I wish I could just sit here for sort of 80 hours and finish all of this training, because I do generally get excited at this part of the course, because this opens up the eyes of people, and it unravels the terrible myths out there about all the stuff you need to rank. And what people are doing is wasting time, because time is precious. And remember, what we type in is what we get out. And we've got to look for the QSRs, okay? Now, I don't mind if we have 50 keywords with QSRs of 9 or 10, okay? And they could generate a possible 100 clicks a day, okay? Which is, you know, it's going to be higher than that, but let's just say it's 100. But we have got a huge chance of selling there, because people are getting back the information they want. And that's what you need to understand. And the information people want is what will prompt them to buy. And when they buy, your SEO has succeeded. You can forget all the gloss and all the reviews and all the mathematics. When people get out their credit cards or debit cards, they buy. Your SEO is a winner. Now then, let's have a look at something else that might strike fear into the hearts of people. Let's look for one of the biggest keywords in the world, okay? Xbox. Oh my lord, 74 million results. Now, we will be crackers to attempt that, okay? But why attempt it? Because I've explained people want information. So why Xbox? We're looking for something. Is it a console? Is it a particular game? Is it the cheapest price? Is it the latest model? Are we going to be looking Xbox Amazon, Xbox eBay? So, if you see what I mean, the phrase needs to be developed. And it is this part of the phrase that we, as experts, are actually going to get into. So let's take it a step further. Let's look for Xbox 360. Now this time we're getting down to 34 million. Which is in half, but it's still far too high. And again, my argument is, who is going to type in Xbox 360? Because they want more than that. They are looking for information. Remember, people want something. Is it best? Is it cheapest? Is it where to find? Is it reviews? It could be a lot of things. And those things are what we have got to find. Now then, if we typed in, okay, for example, now, Xbox 360 game, okay, you will see that we are still around 34 million, which is too high, okay? But, now then, let's add one word in here. Xbox 360 latest game. Nothing wrong with that at all. We have hit the jackpot. 10. Now then, how many of you thought, who were watching this video, that Xbox 360 latest game would have virtually no competition? Now, I rest my case to all these people out there who have spent years on spending money on ridiculous courses that teach you nothing. There is your answer. Google don't lie. Xbox 360 latest game is showing 10 results. 10 competitors across the world. We would then go back, create our post, and it would go here. We would build out our post on that particular keyword, which is Xbox 360 latest game, would go here, and we would start building out the whole of our website. But what we would find is that this would actually rank, okay, on the front page of Google. Now, I really hope that you have got the gist of this lesson today, and the lesson really is to teach you about defining words here which get into the minds of the public, or into the buyers, or into the people who use the engines, but looking at the data that Google spews out for us. And that is a lovely figure. So for this course, guys, right, I will be asking you, not in this lesson, don't worry, but probably in the next lesson, to find QSRs, okay, for 100 keywords below 50. And I'm going to ask you to do it manually. Now, there are ways that we can automate this as time goes on, and I will show you software, some of which I've written, which will do it for you. But, there's a big but. Nothing is as accurate as doing things manually, and nothing will get into the minds of human beings. Google, okay, eBay, PayPal, Amazon, YouTube, the biggest companies in the world cannot define what me, Dean, or what you, Richard, or what you, David, or what you, Helen, or what you, Diane, are going to type into Google. That is a mystery. But that is what we've got to nail as search engine optimization experts. We cannot take people's money unless we know that we can gain them conversions, traffic, and turnover. And it is by building up, okay, decent sites with fantastically researched words, just like I've done here, and there are the results, that is going to actually nail it for us. Now then, just to prove my point, okay, let's put my famous little SEO tuition, and let's see what I was up against. Okay, 10,900, okay? That's an exact match with the dash, okay? But the dash is making it easy. Let's take out the dash, SEO tuition. Now, what have we got this time? What was I up against? Okay, 1,150 results, okay? And I got straight to the top. Straight to the top, and I was up against 1,150. So, I could argue, if you want to get to the top, and even if your QSR, okay, is 1,000, okay, go ahead and do it, okay? You can do it below 1,000. You can do it below 500,000 once you started to learn very advanced techniques. And these techniques of course come from when we start actually learning very, very advanced stuff, which is all easy. Things like Facebook integration and social media integration. You can see it running throughout my site. Here it is, yeah? And this is the kind of stuff that actually makes it happen. And throughout my site you will see there's plenty of content, but there's plenty of stuff coming in from these social platforms. Even Pinterest, you might think, is full of pretty pictures, but one mouse over will reveal a mass of information in the background that Google can see. And there it is, okay? There is lots of information going on here. Lots of it, okay? And even with a simple little widget like that, that is what's happening, you see? So there's an awful lot to learn here, okay? And that just goes to prove that it can be done with a simple term such as SEO tuition, okay? But if you were to type SEO tuition into the web, you will see, okay, that I've beaten 857,000 people. I saved this bit for last. There it is. SEO tuition, and there it is. That is me. There I am. Thank you very much. Straight to the top, okay? But it all started off when I put it into quotes, okay? And I forced Google to tell me, and I knew that I was only up against that, which is a high figure. But I knew with further social media integration, I could eventually take away the quotes, okay, in the real world, because let's face it, people aren't going to be putting quotes in. They're not going to be putting that in the real world. I know that I can beat off, okay, 857,000, which is not far off 1 million to the top position. But it all started off by me using quote, string, quote. Then I try another one, quote, string or search term or key phrase, quote, and off I go, building up my keyword structure all the time, building. Now, if I saw any result there, me as a very competent professional, I'd be happy to attack probably close to about 2 to 3 million. I would be pretty happy in getting onto the front page of Google. I admit it would probably take me 6 weeks. But for you guys, you never need to go above about 1,500. If you can get QSRs of 1,500 when you finish this course to the front page of Google, you are going to have a shock. You're going to make a tremendous amount of money for yourself, either through your own websites, affiliate marketing, domain name trading, domain appreciation, website appreciation. You can open your SEO consultancy business. There is an awful lot of things you people can do, but it all starts from really finding out what is going on. Now, there's a lot more to this course than that, but this is just one little lesson to show you how we can just simply find out, and there it is again, looking at these two figures, there it is, there is the magic figure. If you can have a look at figures around there, you can nail this, okay? But starting off, I'm going to be looking for figures, not of that amount, of 50, just 50 and below, okay? And we're going to build our web pages out, then we're going to involve social media, and that is when you people are going to start doing extremely well for yourselves, and you have my word on that, okay? Now, on our next lesson, we're going to be talking about the concepts of low volume keywords and how to find even stronger techniques that will give us even more control so we can find out exactly what people are typing into Google, and it'll take away a bit of the guessing game, okay? It's a fun lesson and I'm really looking forward to it. So I hope you have enjoyed today, but remember now people, get into the minds of people. Work out what people are typing. Remember, generic keywords do not spell success. It is looking for the words that people want out. What we type in is what we get out. And let's face it, and I hope no one at home is going to argue with me, we all want something out of a search engine. We are all looking for a specific bit of information. Whether we're going to buy or whether we're just browsing, it doesn't matter. But we all want information. And that is today's message. And I think it's a priceless lesson for those of you who can stop and think and just digest what I've told you. Because it really is important. So I do want you to reflect upon this lesson. Many of you will get very excited at this stage. This is what I found with my clients who I actually speak to. You know, and I've seen some phenomenal ideas take place here. I've seen clients change direction quickly. They've come up with the most amazing keywords that in fact astound me. And it's so beautiful to see people learning and mastering the techniques that I'm showing. And like I say, you know, we're only sort of a few hours into the course really, and there's an awful lot more to go. So I wish you all well, and I look forward to the next lesson. Thanks very much.